Well, welcome back, loves. I've missed you so much, and life keeps throwing me a curveball, but you know what? I am back to share a tale of terror with you today, and I have some exciting news. It involves a collab and a doctor known as Creepin', and you'll have to wait till the end of the story to hear it. Crimson and Clover by Reddit user BunnyB03. My face is raw from tears, and my hands have been shaking for almost an hour. Why did he do this to me? I don't understand. I pick up my phone and dial my boyfriend's number again, praying with all my soul that there'll be a different response. Once again, my hopes are shattered upon hearing a message saying that the number wasn't accepting incoming calls. Caught up in my heartache, I dial *67 before his number and call again. It rings. His phone rings and rings until I get a message saying that his voicemail is full. Opening the Facebook app on my phone, I search his name. No results pop up in the search engine. What? Switching over to an ancient profile of mine, I search again. And there he is. All the pictures posted were ones that he sent me. Under the About section, it says that he is engaged. The fuck? He and I talked about marriage for months now, but he's never asked me officially. Did I miss something here? Then a post from someone that I don't even recognize. Rita Jacobs posted, "I love you so much," next to a picture of a 3-stoned engagement ring. The exact same kind of ring that I told him that I wanted. Furthering my emotional path of self-destruction, I click on her profile. Her About section also listed that she was engaged to Eric Dodd. No, Eric Dodd is my boyfriend. Not even 1 week ago, he was blowing up my phone with calls and text messages. Then one day, I get this text message saying that he was arrested and will be in jail for a while. Okay, well, if he had in fact been arrested, I would have been able to find a police report and a mugshot, which I didn't. Also, if he had been in jail for an extended period, his phone would have died. Also posted is a picture of the sweetest looking little boy with an all too familiar nose. The caption read, "We miss you, Daddy." A barren ache in my throat snaps me back to attention. I realize that my mouth's been hanging open for quite a while. My heart feels like an empty can being crushed in slow motion. Eric doesn't have any children. He told me that he wanted me to be the only one who carried his children. She had posted a video and tagged him in it. It was a YouTube video to the Chicago song, "You're the Inspiration." I run to my sink and empty the sparse contents of my formerly starving stomach inside of it. That was the song that he had always sent to me to make up after a fight. He told me that that was our song. My heaves give way to fresh tears that burn my irritated eye. My stomach aches. Each piece of new information is a sucker punch to my heart and gut. Pause. Okay, so you may have some questions. First off, no, I am not completely stupid or blind. There were no signs Eric exhibited that I chose to ignore. We had been together in our late teens, and to my knowledge, we were madly in love. He was forced to move away with his parents and left my life completely. Thanks to the wonders of social media, we reconnected 11 years later. He lived many states away, but drove down to see me for my 4-day weekend once a month. I had my own issues and situations here that didn't permit me to visit him in his home state. He never seemed to have a problem with always having to be the one to make the drive. I guess I know why now. So that's how I didn't know. That's how I was able to be made such a fool of. The chump of all chumps. Play. I throw open my dresser drawer and search frantically for my medicine bottle. My doctor had prescribed me Klonopin a few months back for anxiety, but I had resisted to take it until now. My phone was clenched in my hand with a white-knuckle grip. The urge to call his number was consuming me more with every heartbeat. I knew that if I started calling, I wasn't likely to stop, and I already felt enough of an idiot already. Why? He said so many things to me. He shared so many heartfelt stories, made so many promises, envisioned so many things for our future. Why? What was the point of any of it? All the jewelry he bought me, the way he held me and whispered sweet sentiments in my ear as we slept, and all the laughter that we shared. Him begging me to let him be the shoulder that I cry on. We shared our deepest secrets with each other, and for all I know, every word he uttered was deceptive. I don't trust that many people. He knew that. He knew that everyone who I've ever loved has either died or decided they had a better life without me. I'm not a perfect person, but I was always upfront about my bullshit. Hell, to be honest, if he was just straight with me from the beginning, I probably would have still been with him. But to just ghost me like that at our age? Go from talk of marriage and baby names, Christopher for a boy, Brienne for a girl, to totally blocked without a word? There was no, hey, this isn't working. No, yeah, I'm gonna have to pass. No, go fuck yourself. No, nothing. I honestly thought he was dead for the first 24 hours of no contact. Not to even mention that very first day mentioned was my 33rd birthday. He told me weeks ago that he couldn't come down because of work. I'm not even making this shit up. I wish to God that I was. This is a fuck you that's messed up on a level that my soul can barely fathom, let alone fabricate. Fast forward 8 hours. I decide to go to a bar in town called Killian's to try to break my cycle of rumination. There are enough people inside for the atmosphere to be welcoming, but not so many that I felt suffocated. A stool groaned in protest as I hopped up onto it, scooting closer to the bar counter. A man with shaggy dark hair that hangs in his face sits 2 stools over to my left. There's a brief nod of acknowledgement exchanged between the 2 of us. I'm just trying to be polite more than anything, honestly. That's not to say I don't notice how amazing he smells as I wait for my drink. Before long, I'm wondering what color his eyes are. Not that it matters really with all the hair in his face. The ghost of Eric's face fades from my mind more with every drink. Things are going well, and I have high hopes for a peaceful, blacked-out sleep tonight. My desire is just to be dead to the world like I feel on the inside. I want to wake up when it doesn't hurt so much anymore. You know our love was meant to be the kind of love to last forever. And I want you here with me from tonight until the end of time. Oh, na na, na 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 na. I try to stifle an involuntary moan of pure sorrow, but the sound escapes my lips all the same. That's our song. Or is it their song? The song. Tears shine the skin of my cheeks like clear nail polish, my heartbreak painted on my face for all to see. You know our love is meant to be the kind of love that lasts forever. And I want you here with me from tonight until the end of time. I try to stifle an involuntary moan of pure sorrow, but the sound escapes my lips all the same. That's our song. Or is it their song? The song, okay? Tears shine the skin of my cheeks like clear nail polish, my heartbreak painted on my face for all to see. There's a sudden heat and pressure on the back of my chair. The smell of musk, leather, and the slightest hint of motor oil pleasantly invades my senses. It's the man with the dark hair. Hey, love, what's this? What's a nice bit of fluff like you doing up to 90 for? My face melts at his accent. Irish, I think, but I have no idea what he's saying. He can tell as much by the look on my face. Why are you crying? Don't tell me it's over some wagon. Any fellow would be lucky to have you for a mott. I make a mental note to Google Irish slang immediately when I get home. He hands me a napkin. I take it and smile weakly at him, finally composing myself enough to meet his eyes. They're green. Not just any green either. The most beautiful shade. Just like emeralds. I've never seen eyes so beautiful. My eyes take their time leaving his gaze. Coyly, I reply that I don't want to burden anyone with my troubles. However, before the hour passes, I find myself verbally unloading my situation in its entirety. A look of pity mixed with concern washes over his face. Oh, I bet that's absolutely scarlet for you. You loved him for a donkey's year, and the whole time he was acting the maggot. Somehow this time I understand what he's saying. My sniffling slows as I nod in agreement. He continues, I know you feel pure gabby right now, but you seem like a really nice gal. I interrupt him. Forgive me for my ignorance, but You're gonna have to dumb it down for me a bit here. I'm having trouble understanding you." He lets out a laugh that brings out a twinkle in his eye. The sound of it dances through the bar like wind chimes on a breezy day. "I'm trying to say that no lash deserves to be treated that way, especially not on a birthday. Did you even have a cake?" "No." "Let me hit the jacks and I'll be right back with ya." The charming stranger disappears into the men's room. When he gets back, I make sure to ask him what his name is. "Name's Kevin." "What do they call you?" His accent's still apparent, but at least I can understand him now. Reluctantly, I answer him. "Call me Karen." I'm not letting my smile show just yet, but I know my eyes give me away. "Kevin and Karen," he says, his chuckle booming heartily through the bar. A server comes out from the kitchen with a large piece of cake and brings it up to the bar. She sets it down in front of me, smiles, and walks away. I turn to Kevin. "Red velvet is my absolute favorite. What's this about?" This time, a full smile blooms on my face like the first flower of spring. Kevin takes out a single candle from his pocket. He looks dapper as hell in his brown suit, complemented by the slightest accents of green. The color of the candle matches the green of his suit, but with a silver swirl through it. This is the most beautifully detailed birthday candle I've ever seen. In his other hand, he held a large stone that I somehow missed before. Taken aback, I push myself away from the bar and hop off the stool. "What is that? Why do you have it?" There were too many people in the bar for him to attack me with it. Let's see where this goes, I thought to myself. I mean, hell, it's been such a shitty week. And you can't go wrong with free cake. "Karen, take the candle and push it into the cake. After I light it, close your eyes, grab the stone, and concentrate. Think about how you want that bastard to suffer. Think of all the ways your life would be better if he had never been born. Dwell on it. Dwell on the empty promises he made. As you blow out your candle, turn the stone counterclockwise." He thrusts the candle into my hand, and I gladly take it. Placing the candle into the soft red velvet cake, I concentrate. I wish Eric could feel what I've been feeling for the past week. I wish that he was held to every single promise that he's ever made to a woman. My heart and soul aren't to be taken for granted. They deserve to be avenged. Eric must pay for what he's done to me and who knows how many other women. I blow out the candle and turn the stone in one fluid motion. Though not within the realm of possibility for my current location, I swear I felt a slight breeze drift throughout the whole bar once my candle flame died. Other than that small and possibly fabricated detail, I felt no different. Kevin and I continued talking throughout the evening. We both lost track of time, and before long, it was almost 1 a.m. This is the longest that I've gone without thinking about Eric, and I am not ready for it to end. I break out my dancing bedroom eyes and turn on some charm of my own. Eric certainly didn't give me a second thought while he fucked Rita the night after last. It's time to stop worrying about him and start caring about me. Kevin was only in town for the week of St. Patrick's Day and was staying in a motel not far from Killian's, the bar. His room had that same wonderful smell that he did. It's almost like he sweat pure testosterone, sex, and cologne. Our tongues and lips dance in the most erotic but natural way. It all feels incredible. I'll leave the rest of the night up to your lurid imaginations, but I did wake up a happy bit of fluff. I learned last night that that phrase is meant to describe attractive girls. Stereotypical and offensive as this may be, I found myself humming Danny Boy the whole way home. Dropkick Murphys is instantly added to my playlist as I replay the night I spent with an Irish god. The tingles still linger on my skin. The second week without Eric is blissful. I'm refreshed by memories of my exotic stranger. A banging on my door startles me out of peaceful sleep. My dragging body trudges toward the door, and I stare out the peephole. My heart plummets at the sight of a very, very disheveled Eric standing on my doorstep. A week ago, I would have traded anything to be in this situation, but now I find myself barely wanting to answer the door. I do, though. No use letting him stand out there. Karen! Oh my God, baby! He throws his arms around me and squeezes tightly. Honey, I'm so sorry. I messed up so bad. You have to help me. I should never have hurt you like that. Tears are spilling over his cheeks, and his voice is shrill with panic. I killed someone. I don't know why I did it, but I killed her. Despite his terror, I can't help but interrupt. You mean Rita? He winces at the sound of her name. Oh, Jesus, Karen, I'm so sorry. I never meant for you to find out. I blocked all contact because I didn't have the heart to tell you. It's always been you. My heart's been torn between my obligation and what it wants. I tried to leave her so many times. He quickly changes the subject upon seeing rage flash through my eyes. No, it wasn't her. When Rita found out she was pregnant, there was a woman that I had slept with. Rita found out about it and made me promise never to speak to her again. She made me promise to her repeatedly that that woman's life never meant a thing to me. She asked me if I would care if the other one died. And I said no. That doesn't mean I wanted her dead. I haven't even thought about her in years. A sinister chuckle travels through my soul, up into my throat, then out into the atmosphere. So, you use me, sleep with me, lie to me, then expect me to aid you and abet a crime by letting you stay here? You deserve what you get, you dick. You're not my problem anymore. And you're lucky I don't call the cops right now. I don't want to know any more information. Just leave. Now I see it. There's that look I've been hoping for. One of pure hopelessness and shock at my refusal to help him. I've always loved his eyes. His nose is bigger than I remember. Good God. Probably inflamed by all the crying. Either way, it's a trait I'm thankful to have dodged passing down. I gave him all the contents of my heart. There's nothing left to heal or forgive. He must deal with the consequences of his actions. He leaves, walking out backward for whatever reason. In a fit of spiteful adrenaline, I get dressed and head to Kevin's motel. Supposedly, he's here for 4 more days, so I should be able to catch him. The muscle memory of my feet takes me right to his door. room 1014. The smell turns me on instantly, even from outside the room. I knock and can hear shuffling from inside. Kevin answers the door. Somehow he's even more handsome in this surprised, rugged state. Hey, Kevin, can I come in? I've had a weird night and need someone to talk to. Have any Jameson left? I put on my whitest doe eyes while asking, hoping to further my chances. He opens the door wider to let me inside. Putting pride aside, I sit down on his bed. We need to talk. Eric came to see me all wigged out. He says he just killed some lady. Not his wife, by the way. I just needed to leave the house for a bit in case he tried to come back. My body is still trembling with attraction, but it could very easily be perceived as fear of Eric. I'll let him think that. He lets out that booming, dark laugh that I love so much. Nothing to fear, Karen. 'Tis only the beginning of this gobshite's journey to hell. He explains further once he sees the confusion on my face. Why is everyone so surprised when they make a wish and it actually comes true? Isn't that the point of things? What did you wish for when you turned the balloon stone? I answer him quickly, but only because I have a question of my own. What's a balloon stone? It's an Irish cursing stone that was used in conjunction with an Irish wishing candle. It grants your birthday wish. I am shocked at the level of bullshit he is spitting right now. I shake my head with a chuckle of disbelief. So what? You're like some kind of leprechaun? That? His eyes narrow, and it's the closest thing I've seen to anger that he's even shown so far. Leprechaun? Come now, Mott. Am I half-sized with flaming hair and a pipe? Haven't you ever heard of the Black Irish? It's not all freckles and red hair, you know. Now he's the one to shake his head at me, clearly offended. Unfortunately for me, it appeared I would not be taming the snake this St. Patty's Day. I quickly apologize, gather myself, and leave. I thank him for everything he's done for me on my way out. A month goes by completely uneventful. I start to put this all behind me one day at a time. Dating is definitely off the table for a good while. Painting always used to be cathartic for me, so I picked it up again here very recently. I was in the middle of a black and red sunflower when there was an odd sound at my door. It sounded like someone was knocking, but it was coming from the bottom of the door. There's no one visible through the peephole. Slowly, I open the door to see what's going on. A trail of red consumes the entire middle of my porch, ending at Eric's feet? The bottoms of his jeans are caked in brown and red. A bit of bone sticks out from the bottom of his left pant leg. I don't see any shoes or feet. Eric lays there sobbing, his face a sickly shade of purple.
Help me in. I walked all the way here from home. I couldn't stop walking. So much walking. My feet. I need an ambulance, but I can't call them because they might call the police. Help me, please.
I hurriedly drag him inside, doing my best to clean the floor on the way. He settles uncomfortably on the couch. I run in my bathroom to get towels and water. A gut-wrenching scream comes from where I just left Eric. I know we've had our differences, but my blood can't help but run cold when I see him. His face is a mess of gore, where his two perfect hazel eyes used to be were now 2 bleeding sockets. He held out his hands towards me.
I always said I only have eyes for you.
It makes sense now. Eric always promised me that he would walk to the ends of the earth to get to me, although it wasn't that extreme of a distance. He promised me he would never turn his back on me. That's why he left my house backwards. He promised Rita that that girl's life meant nothing to him. He promised me that he only had eyes for me. There's just one thing left. I sit on my living room floor, cutting with a surgical precision that surprises me. This is messier than I want it to be, and I severely hate to share. I'm not the only one he's hurt, though. I'll keep the biggest piece for myself and give the girls the other pieces. The first promise he ever made to me was that I'd always have a piece of his heart. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this extra long special. I do apologize I've been away so frequently. You know what's going on. And, oh, yes, I wanted to give you the surprise finally. There is a big collab. It's going to be 2 voices, not just everybody does a story, but several people will be doing stories. Several great horror creators, including Dr. Creepin. It was set to be on his channel, but it will be sorted out and coming up very, very soon. I have been busy trying to get stuff out for you, but with everything going on and me being a young mother myself, I've had to prioritize. But I haven't forgotten you. Please don't forget me. And yippee-ki-yay, Musey lovers. Stay safe. Love you all. Talk to you soon. Bye now.